Hi everybody, so I am back and in kind of good time. I will have a schedule set up soon, but I just kind of need to figure out when works best for me because I'm doing classes right now. So today I'm going to be doing a collective cocktail glass haul, and I don't think anybody else has done this before, which is kind of strange. So I might make it into a tag because there are a couple of bartenders and mixologists on YouTube that I really like to follow, and it'd be interesting to see what you guys have in your collection. But let's just get on with it because I have a lot of glasses to get through, and this is sadly only a piece of my collection. Alright, first things first is this glass. It's champagne glass by Sagaform, which is a parent company, or it's one of the sister companies of Kosta Boda, and it's basically, I don't know, it's very Swedish. It's a Swedish brand, Kosta Boda, in case you didn't know. And I'm not sure if the Sagaform are hand blown or if it's just Kosta Boda, but I really like the simplicity of these glasses, and also it doesn't look anything like a typical champagne glass, which I really do like. And all of the bottoms of these glasses are hand painted, so it's really quite nice. And yeah, it's definitely something that I like in my collection, and what I like about it is it looks a bit modern, so it's good if you're a mixologist in your 20s like I am. Next up are these shot glasses. These were actually a really cheapy find at either like a Marshall's or a TJ Maxx, and I initially bought them because they did match the Sagaform glasses I have. I really don't like shots. It's not something that I do often unless I'm like going out for a night out to dance, and then you just want to have something that'll loosen you up really fast. But this is kind of nice for like short drinks. I've seen people do really interesting things with caviars and a base of some sort. If I buy a new vodka or something and I want my friends just to try it by itself neat before I make a cocktail with it to see if they'll like it, great glasses for that. And yeah, I just think they're quite cool, and I love this colored glass. I think it's super 60s. And when I bought those, I also found these highball glasses, same exact motif. I think it's a set of 6 that I have, I'm not sure. And this one happens to be green. Again, what I do like about these, actually almost better than the Sagaform ones, is I can stick these in the dishwasher without anything happening to them, because the colored glass is embedded within the clear glass, so nothing will happen to the color when I do pop them in the dishwasher. I tend to use these for highball drinks, and it's a highball glass, so this makes sense. Like gin and tonic, scotch sodas, anything like that, I'll pop into these glasses, and yeah, everybody seems to like them. Next up are my rocks glasses that, yes, do match the other ones in my collection. And these, I'm not sure where I got these, or if somebody gifted them to me, but I kind of feel like they might have been from a visit around the same time as those other glasses that I got. And these are not expensive by any means, but they are actually pretty well made. What I like about the clear glass is that if I'm making a drink, say like a old-fashioned, as I just mentioned, you can really see all the nuances of color in that drink, brought to you by the bitters and yeah, the whiskey that you're using. It doesn't detract from the drink, but at the same time it does enhance it a little bit with this little pop of color that's just embedded into the bottom. So I think they're kind of subtle but really beautiful. And yeah, they're amongst my favorites. Next on the list are martini glasses. Again, the colored glass, I love it. I think this is the most cohesive kind of motif in my collection. And these are from Sagaform, so I did get these in Sweden. Hand wash only because, like the other ones, the bases are hand painted. And the stuff will come off in the dishwasher if you put it there. I've learned the very hard way about that. So don't do that, not a good idea. But what I loved about these, I think these are called the Club Cocktail Glass, is again the short base, which is really super unique. And I like the shape of the bowl because it's not a regular cocktail glass like a martini glass, but also it's not a coupe, it's not as rounded as a coupe. So I thought that this design was just really unique and beautiful, and yeah, again, it has this very 60s feel about it, and it's really gorgeous to serve cocktails out of. Only 2 more styles in this collection, I promise. Again, these are from Sagaform. I just bought these on my latest trip to Sweden, and these are kind of like the club glass, but it is much more squared off the top. Well, squared off, I guess. Yeah, sure, squared off. And it is a bit taller with a flat base. So I think these are probably actually better to have around if you're worried about clumsy people at parties, just because I think this is a bit more secure. I like these for like margaritas, whiskey sours, anything of that nature. Something that does have a bit of like citrus juice or anything above something that's really neat like a martini. I use these glasses for, and I just think they're, again, super fun to look at, and yeah, I really I really enjoy them. And finally, it's these shot glasses, aperitif, whatever you want to say, that are also from Saga Form. I got them when I was in Sweden as well. And again, super unique design. I like that you have something to hold on to. Again, these aren't the most used glasses in my collection by far, but I do like these. After a meal, I'll take them out and maybe put a little bit of dessert liqueur in them and things like that. I sound like I'm 85, but it actually is really nice to do. And it kind of encourages sipping, which again, maybe it's not what shot glasses are intended for all the time, but I just think they're just quite sweet. And again, a very unique piece that I haven't seen much around shops here. Alright, these glasses are also from Sweden, but we're finally getting away from the colors. These are by and far my favorite glasses that I got on this last trip to Europe, and they are so Mad Men it hurts, and they would be these. So it's a small, and I'm saying it might be 2 ounces at most, martini glass, cocktail glass, what have you. And they're so cute. They're not overly big by any means. And you didn't hear it from me, but I think they're kind of perfect for day drinking. So if you like to have a sneaky martini in the middle of the day, sometimes, rest assured you're not at work, something like that, these are absolutely perfect. And I've been using them time and time again. My memory card got full, so now I have no idea what the hell I was saying about these, but something along the lines of, great for casual drinking at home when you want to relax with a couple of friends. You don't need to get pissed drunk in your house. But meanwhile, if you go out to a bar and you're paying 15 bucks for a cocktail, I wouldn't want something this size either. So it definitely is appropriate in its own arena, but I wouldn't say it's like the best cocktail glass ever. But you can't deny that this is so Betty Draper it hurts. And it's such a cool glass. I love these, they're my favorite. And I think they were something like £8 a piece at Myrnorna in Göteborg. So again, great find at a little vintage shop, and I love them. Going from very small to humongously big. These are wine glasses, believe it or not, from Costa Boda. Probably one of the crazier glasses in my collection. I got these when I was in Sweden, again this last time, and I couldn't pass it up because it's just the most ridiculous wine glass I've ever seen. I don't even know if you can get a sense of how big this thing is, but it holds, if you fill it up to about here, a half a bottle of wine, and probably if you filled it up to the very brim, you're talking a good 3/4. So these are mental glasses. I mean, even down to this gold rim that kind of looks like blood spilling down, but of course it's golden, so it's not. You can't really see. Ah, yeah, there you go. To just the sheer size of them. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Evidently it's from some kind of designer collection, and they were originally something like 1,000 crown, which translates to about 150 bucks each. But I got them on super sale at the Costa Boda outlet for like 150 crown. If you can't tell, I really do love good sale when it comes to this kind of stuff, because I like to have a nice collection, and I'm not gonna spend upwards of $300 for a set of 2 wine glasses when I'm 21 and still a student. So yeah, definitely things to consider at this age. Yeah, actually, to kind of speak to the volume of those glasses, I think it was like the day that we got them, so we filled them up a good part Swades, probably a half a bottle of wine each, drank it over the course of maybe an hour. I had plans to go out with a friend 2 hours later, and I thought, oh, you know, whatever, I'll just be loose, but it'll be fine, I'll go out. I was so dead asleep, it was just unbelievable. And it was really embarrassing because she got to my tram stop and I wasn't even awake yet, so I had to get ready in 2 minutes and like rush to the tram stop. Half, you know, not all there, but we had a great night out and it was a lot of fun. If you are in Gothenburg, which I don't think anybody who watches my channel is, but in case you are, I do highly suggest going to the Modern Lovers Club night at Hustvik that happens, because it's so much fun. Super 60s, great Northern Soul music, and it's probably the best time, or one of the best times I had when I was in town. And just because I like to screw around with this order, I'm gonna go from massive to even more mini. And these again are little like aperitif glasses, and believe it or not, I got them at IKEA, which is mental. I can't believe I actually just admitted to that, but I gotta be honest with you guys, that's the whole point of this, right? And I just thought they were so sweet, kind of 1950s with this red polka dot motif. And again, just like all my other aperitif glasses, not my most used, but definitely something that I reach for tastings and after dinner drinks. So yeah, I just think they're quite sweet. and I love the look of them. Really, really cute. Back to Costa Boda again. These are champagne glasses. The unique feature to these is the signature blue drop that you can find in pretty much every style of glass imaginable. And yeah, I mean, I actually haven't even had a chance to use these yet, but I think they're actually a really cute shape for Bellinis. So I think that's what they're gonna get used for in my house anyway. I don't really think champagne glasses are the first thing you should invest in if you're just starting out a cocktail glass collection, but I surely do think that it's something nice to have, especially depending on what kind of company you keep. More useful for some than others, but I do tend to reach for mine quite often. So going from the very formal to the very informal, these are some highball glasses that I showed you in my last video, just very briefly, but they are some of my favorites, so I thought I would just kind of show them here in case you didn't catch that. And they are highball glasses that have spirits from around the 50s branded on them. So you have Courvoisier, Martini, Martini, can't talk today, black and white, Scotch, and some Russian vodka. Yeah, so I think they're actually really quite sweet, and this is really decent glass. And I picked them up at Beeberry Flea Market in Gothenburg, and they were really cheap as well, and I love them, so I'm really glad they made it back on the plane without crashing. So let's put all of that Swedish glassware behind us and come back to the States now. And here I have some of my absolute favorite glasses, not only because they're beautiful, but because of the sentimental value attached to them. And they are these beautiful vintage cocktail glasses that my best friends, Carrie and Lindsay, bought for me for my birthday. Was it my 21st? It might have been my 21st actually. And they're just, I don't know. Can you see how pretty these glasses are? This might be immensely boring for some people, but for me, I'm just in total heaven talking about this stuff. They have a metal base. I have no idea when these were big, but I can't imagine them being from much later than the 70s at very latest. Metal base, and then you have obviously like these metal feet that come up, and this beautiful smoked glass, which I don't even know if you can see the color exactly by any means, but it's the most gorgeous color. And I do have a set of maybe 6, and it does range in colors, but the smoke color is just my absolute favorite. There's something very film noir about it. It's the only colored glass I actually will use for drinks like martinis and Manhattans and things of that nature, just because I think that the theatrical nature of them really adds something to the drinking experience. And I thought I would end this video on my most used classic glassware that I have, and it's my friend, the coupe glass. You can't get more classic than a coupe glass, in my personal opinion, and I had to search high and low for such a long time to find a set that I really liked, and these are them. You've seen them in my videos before if you've ever watched a mixelleogy cocktail recipe video, and bog standard, curved glass, nice sturdy bottom to it. They weren't ultra expensive. They are just very much a classic piece of glassware, but it's just the ultimate vessel for a variety of cocktails, and a much wider variety than I would say pretty much any other glass I've mentioned. So if you're looking for an all-around cocktail glass that you can use to entertain everybody from A to Z, this is what I would suggest to buy first. And buy a set that is simple and really does have a nice design that you appreciate to it, but nothing that I would stay away if I was you from detailed glasses, colored glasses, anything of that nature at first, because I think it's really important to have something simple and then work off of that foundation instead of always buying things that are detailed and not having the basics, because it's kind of like people who always have decorative wine glasses and not one regular beautiful classic set. I wouldn't say that that cheapens the experience, but I wouldn't say that it's as illustrious sometimes, and I know that sounds really stupid, but if you're at all as into kind of the aesthetics of mixology as I am, maybe you'll understand. And that is finally it. I know this was a long video, but I thought it'd be a good one if you're just kind of starting your collection and getting into mixology, or if you're kind of looking for new pieces to add to your own, or if you have a collection that you really like, please share it with me, because I love this kind of stuff. I think it's so cool. I'm gonna go ahead now and tag 3 people that I love watching on YouTube for mixology as well, and it's always good to share the love and also share our ideas. Alright, so I'm looking at you, the FNDC.com, and Small Screen Network, and Better Cocktails. So I just had to make sure I got all of your usernames right, so I was definitely just checking my phone. Sorry. But I do love all of your content, so I hope you'll think about maybe kind of responding, passing this around a bit. It would be really cool to see you guys in action. Alright, so I'm going to wrap it up here for today. If you like what you see, please, go ahead and subscribe. You can also follow me on every single social network ever. The easiest way is probably just to go to my website, mixelleogy.com, and you can find all the links right there. I'll put some extra stuff in the down bar that you can check out. But yeah, I'll talk to all of you soon.